Saturday's Guardian and the Jubilee street parties are happening up and down the country in many different communities, Sajila.
Ah, OK, we are going there. Yes, we were just talking about this, how wonderful the Jubilee has been for getting people together.
Yeah.
You know, and love them or hate them, the Royals, they have brought the nation and the world together.
Yeah.
And I think the Platinum Jubilee is going to happen once in our lifetime. It's fantastic. By the way the headline is, it's about the people, communities coming together for Jubilee street parties. And street parties have been happening up and down the country. And someone called Kearse Malik was waving Union flags at a street party in Moseley in Birmingham. Which was when I woke up this morning, I thought, oh my God, I hope, is anyone actually going to come to the party? And they hastily planned this party, and everybody came. And this has been happening up and down the country. And we saw on the news earlier on there were different communities, interfaith groups coming together. What a wonderful thing. And the only other time I remember this happening was during the Olympics, which people also moaned about the cost of that and whatever. But that, again, I think it really united us. And people have been really proud of waving the Union Jack, which has come under a lot of scrutiny for many reasons. But it actually has embraced every person in this country this weekend. And I think that's only a force for good.
And so you think people are being positively patriotic?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Leo.
Shall we show with that, Leo is?
Huh?
What shall we show with that, Leo?
I don't have an issue. I said it's good.
Leo, is the flag back?
I think the flag is back. It feels like Britpop all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool Britannia.
Yeah.
Although you sort of make it not cool by saying cool Britannia.
Yeah, and sort of ultra left-wing critics of the Jubilee celebrations are in the minority, aren't they?
Yeah, and
as are the ultra right-wing who don't like the flag being used by others. Yes.
Oh, you mean you're culturally appropriating our symbol?
Well, no, it's just like, it's our flag, our country. It's actually our country.
I haven't heard any right-wing people say we don't like people using the flag.
Oh, OK, we'll see. We'll see what Twitter comes up with later.
Like Twitter? Why would you look at Twitter as a barometer?
I don't know. I'm not on Twitter. You are more on Twitter. Anyway, why are we making this personal?
Well, I think, Sajila, you would argue that the sort of the far right have weaponised and co-opted the flag for their own ends.
Yes, they have in the past. So let's not, I always say about let's not cancel culture, because we don't want to cancel history, because historically it's important to note all of these things, and so they don't happen again.
If these groups, these extreme groups, appropriate the flag, it's our job as
to reclaim
a majority,
it, like I did earlier on, wearing a hijab. I reclaimed it, as did many people, today in London. And I think that's really important, because this awful climate that we have where, all immigrants are bad, anyone who comes in... No, I'm an immigrant, I've contributed to this country.
I've never heard any right-wing person say that, though. Right-wing people say, immigrants contribute a lot to society, but there are a couple of buts, such as terror attacks and grooming gangs and things like that. And also
the fact that immigration has to happen in an ordered and controlled way.
Also wage suppression.
Has always been an issue in this country, has always been an issue. Back in the day, like
100 years ago it wasn't an issue.
Margaret Thatcher, I remember her saying how awful it was, to have too many people here, and that they wouldn't, it's going to change the culture of the country.
It does.
The culture of this country did change.
It does.
The national dish of this country is curry. And so it's been a force for good. So when you get the new immigrants in, they're going to be... we've let you in, Leo.
People who lost an eye in a terror attack wouldn't say it's been entirely positive.
But you see, when you say
but wait a minute, some of these terror attacks are from homegrown Brits, aren't they?
Yeah, and I'm not saying homegrown terror attacks are good. All I'm saying is, there's positives and there's negatives, and you can't just ignore the negatives, which people do. People completely ignore the negatives, and anybody who mentions them are...
obviously, in this story, I wanted to celebrate that all the things that were good that brought the nation together today and this weekend. It is fantastic. Seeing, when you see all the bulletins and stuff of people doing all the different wonderful things, coming together as communities, in a way that I think early in the first lockdown we did, and then, of course, we couldn't see anybody, so we didn't do that. And then this has been such a great, release for everyone, and I think it's fantastic, and it celebrates everything that is wonderful about being British.
Yeah, is this, Leo, the best argument for a monarchy, that this is the one institution that can bring together a divided society?
But imagine how much better it would be if it was President Trump, our elected President Trump, instead of the Queen.
Now you're talking. There's the thought. Never say never.